Josh, how are we doing today?
Good, man. How are
Good,
you?
man. Good. So this is a 5-lesson series. We're going to start off with the long game today. We're going to check out some irons, some drivers. We're going to talk about kind of the mental game, how to take it from the range to the golf course. I'm going to introduce you to some games to play out here that'll help you kind of take your range game to the course, because that's a very popular topic. A lot of students that I have a tough time taking their range game to the course. So I have a game that really helps my students, take the pressure from the course, kind of put it to the range, and so they can take that range game that they feel is good and transfer it to the golf course. But I want to start off just by letting me know a little bit about your game. What are some good things that you do well, some things that are not so good, and what do you think probably the best part of your game, and what the game needs most improved for you? Okay. All right, Josh. So this brings us to our short game lesson.
Okay.
That's part of this series. You've already kind of briefly talked about your game and how probably the short game is probably your strongest asset to your game, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is basically I'm just going to kind of assess your short game, ask you some few questions, and then just kind of go from there and see what we can do to maybe make it even better than what it is right now. Okay.
Cool.
So first question is, do you like to chip with one club, or are you a guy that the situation is going to dictate what club you use when it comes to chipping around the greens? Your game was great, like you said. That's the strong point of your game. Okay. All we did was we made a tweak to your setup. Okay, we introduced you a couple games that I think is going to help you implement that new technique and take it to the golf course. Okay, so anytime we get short-sighted or we don't have a ton of green to work with, we want to eliminate that excess shaft lean. Okay, we want to get that ball more up towards our front foot.
Okay.
And we want to open up that club face to engage the bounce a little more and get a little bit more height on the ball, which is going to help it stop, instead of trying to get it to stop basically just with spin.
Right.
Okay, your bump and runs, your chip shots when you have a good amount of green to work with are great. You have a great set of hands. The contact's awesome. I just think when you get a little bit closer to the hole, it's tough to get that ball to stop, because that ball is just coming off a little too hot. Okay, so do these drills, practice them.
Okay.
You'll see a huge improvement, I think, once it translates to the golf course. And you should see yourself get more up and downs, and your scores drop. Okay,
Cool.
Good job, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome, Josh. Good job, man. I hope you had fun in this series.
I did.
Thank
Thank you.
Hope you learned a lot. I definitely want to hear back from you. I want to see how the progress is done. I want to hear about the games that you're playing, to see kind of the improvement and what's happening in your all-around game. Stick with the process. This game is tough, and you know that. It's tough to implement some swing changes. I encourage my students to stick with the process. Try not to throw it off with the bathwater. Stick with it. Don't go grabbing other little tidbits here and there. Stick with the process. I promise you'll see results. And always check in with me. Let me know if you need anything from me. If you have any questions about anything we went over in this series, I'm here for you. I want to answer any of your questions. And most importantly, I want to see your scores drop. I want to see the handicap go down. I want to see you have fun doing it. I think by me giving kind of these games for you to play, I think it's gonna kind of kill two birds with one stone. You have the fun aspect, you have the challenge, and I think they'll help you drop your handicap and see those scores go way down with having fun at the same time.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Awesome. I appreciate your time, man. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Cool.